so deeply. No sonata will ever wake you up. Goodbye. Thank you. Let's get started, everyone. It's Baten Kaitos, chapter 3. And it's a good one. I was really enjoying myself by myself. It was a little bit masturbatory, a lot like this rerun. But what can you fucking do? Other than try and not sound fucking Scottish. God damn it. Hey guys, welcome. Enjoy. Is this game again? To be more exact, it's Namco's Baten Kaitos from, I'm guessing 2005. That's when I played it on the GameCube. And I played it all the way through. Did every fucking side quest. I think I 100%ed it. If there was such a thing as a percentage, I 100%ed it. Except I did not get every Magnus, so maybe I didn't. Close to it though. And I'm planning to do it all over again. Now, is there a trend on the stream and in recent years overall where I actually finish games? Not quite. I think the first I got was Resident Evil Village, which I probably got through 80% in. If not slightly more. And then I didn't finish it. But so far, Twitch and these last few months in general have brought back some kind of passion for games that have been influential on me, such as Terranigma, Baten Kaitos, definitely up there. Secret of Mana to some extent, maybe. And I don't think I've revisited Tales of the Abyss yet, but it's definitely another one from around this era that I would call like one of my second or third childhood games. So formative and inspirational in a way. And Kalos is a great guy because he's a protagonist and he's not always really good, despite the fact. And I guess I could kind of relate to that, especially when I was the age I played this. He's not always a good boy. But this lady needs some milk. So I'm delivering that now that we have containers. Before we move on with the main plot. And what was the main plot, you ask? I'll let the lady first finish cooking her stew. Whoa! A whole ass star chart. That's basically like finding a part of the universe. I did think I completed the star chart. That is a really good reward, I think, because if you hand in star charts, you get some pretty sick cards from the guy in the church, the safe church, as I call it, or as I just called it right now. They are in here. Right now, I'm just gonna save, but I'm not gonna visit. I'm not gonna pray. Except for that this save won't freeze. Now I'm gonna go back and get some more milk. You never know what it's good for. I think it will ripen into cheese autonomously if you leave it in a container. And it's not just the food items that you use as trading items, but also the ones in your deck that change over time. Hello? No, that's not the milk. Although I'm kind of grossed out by that they put that next to each other. There we go. I don't know what we need it for, but you never know. So the other aspect, or rather the main story that I wanted to talk about, is that we went to a mysterious forest at the start of this game. Supposedly, we had some business there. Hey guys. Alright, I wanted to change the setting. I see, I changed a couple of sources in OBS. I see it's quiet, so I'm still sort of tinkering with a couple of things, big changes behind the scenes that are not really worth getting into. But there's always the issue of resource management when it comes to adding sources and all that. So what I'm doing at the moment is just checking why I still see so many volume sliders for browser sources here. Oh my god, TV. The background. This is what I get for leaving the door open. Excuse me. Excuse me. Give me a sec. I'm so not in a mood to host. I'm so much more invested in the technical aspects of the stream right now, which is why I'm leaving everything else to the previous Zach. Even though he's also kind of laid back here. I've had more energized stream moments. What's going on in this overlay? Alerts? Why only alerts? Okay, that's alerts and then only alerts. And then stream. And then it's also for the other one. Even though I disabled that one. What the fuck is wrong with you? Alerts only. Yeah, see, I see one extra that is not. It did. Sometimes OBS fails to shut down a source. And it's no wonder then that it takes up so many resources. Shutdown source when not visible. It isn't fucking visible. So, no, I've done what I could. I've done what I could here. It's not a big deal because I'm not gaming, but it could totally fuck with the encoder or just with how everything runs on my PC when it doesn't do that properly. Passion for games. I'm not sure if anyone was watching until now. I cannot fucking tell. Such as Terranigma, Baten Kaitos, definitely up there. Hold on. Okay, it's continuing. Mana to some extent, maybe. Anyway, welcome in. We're gonna continue with chapter 3 of Baten Kaitos. Today we're going to make our way to the capital of the first island, the sky, where people started to dwell a long time ago or something, according to the introduction cinematic. And we're chasing Giacomo, who seems to have killed your grandpa and some ugly little kid. Of course, that's terrible. You cannot just kill the kids, even if they're ugly. And we're also chasing him because he kidnapped the girl. Yes, the girl we just met. And in the meantime, I'm chasing my own arch nemesis, which is the bots for my various channels, and I'm tinkering around in the Discord. So I'm gonna leave everything in the capable hands of Prereq Zach once again. Enjoy. And I don't think I've revisited Tales of the Abyss yet, but it's definitely another one from around this era that I would call like one of my second or third childhood games. So formative and inspirational in a way. And Kalos is a great guy because he's a protagonist and he's not always really good, despite the fact. And I guess I could kind of relate to that, especially when I was the age I played this. He's not always a good boy. But this lady needs some milk. So I'm delivering that now that we have containers. Before we move on with the main plot. And what was the main plot, you ask? I'll let the lady first finish cooking her stew. Whoa! A whole ass star chart. That's basically like finding a part of the universe. I did think I completed the star chart. That is a really good reward, I think, because if you Hand in Star Chart, you get some pretty sick cards from the guy in the church. The Safe Church, as I call it, or as I just called it right now. They are in here. Right now I'm just gonna save, but I'm not gonna visit. I'm not gonna pray. Except for that this save won't freeze. Now I'm gonna go back and get some more milk. You never know what it's good for. I think it will ripen into cheese autonomously if you leave it in a container. And it's not just the food items that you use as trading items, but also the ones in your deck that change over time. Hello? No, that's not the milk. Although I'm kind of grossed out by that they put that next to each other. There we go. I don't know what we need it for, but you never know. So the other aspect, or rather the main story that I wanted to talk about, is that we went to a mysterious forest at the start of this game. Supposedly, we had some business there. I'm just a spirit guiding this guy on his path. I have no fucking memory of what happened, even though I bluffed about that I did. We found some deranged eel or worm that was guarding or holding a cursed card. He didn't seem to really be guarding it much. He just seemed quite happy. Be like, here's an evil card to summon an evil god with. There you go. After we kicked his ass, so I'm not sure. We also met with a lady with all sorts of interesting, womanly, sparkly, magical abilities. But she got kidnapped by someone that he swore revenge on. Our main character encountered a guy called Giacomo, who is not the creator of Pinocchio, but I know that's bad, but it's honestly, that's the first, for some reason that Geppetto is my first association. Right, the other thing is it was only Japanese audio, so we're gonna have to make do with that. I'm not gonna attack him with a fire sword, because these bastards have some kind of defense against fire. It's not gonna help. If anything, it may be absorbed. It's definitely very Laksho. So this guy that we're chasing now on his airship is a Imperial bastard. Or some kind of... Oh, fuck this. Final Fantasy XIV-esque Mecha Imperial Empire. It's very Final Fantasy XIV. Where I think the Imperials cannot use Aether, so they use Magitech, and this game has a very similar kind of theme for the Empire.
Why do I sound so
I don't know who did it
here?
first, Final Fantasy or this game. Final Fantasy XIV definitely didn't do it first by itself.
Where's the aggression?
Now where? Oh, there it is. So with the right control stick, I can summon these cards.
I don't care. Be angrier. Sorry.
This is not A, apparently. Guess I need to first talk with the rock. For lack of a better word. And we're not even in Goron City. And this Imperial bastard, anyway, let me wrap that up. Kidnapped Zelha, but in the past, supposedly he killed Kala's father and his little brother. So he's already on a quest for revenge against him. Or at least that's one of his quests that now takes priority over others. It looks like I can deliver the milk today after all. I will be doing that. If they pay me some nice, slicey, powerful sword card, maybe. I'm not gonna bother too much. Oh wait, maybe I should bother. I see some very nice impressionist style. Yeah, so we should be combining the ice and fire sword. But it's actually a very good idea to finish with a combo, except this is the weakest enemy of the bunch. Anyway, I think the upscale version of these graphics are absolutely gorgeous.
Yes, this is
Speaking
happening.
of Juno Birch there. The style of the game has aged very well. It's always been artistically an interesting game. Gameplay-wise, I believe Origins brought some innovations to the battle system, but even in its rudimentary form here, it is fun and engaging, where you block actively with cards from your deck and you attack on the spot in real time, almost in a turn-based fashion with cards from your deck. And you try to create combos. I'm gonna heal myself because this is useless. Then when he attacks, I'm gonna use this ice jacket to block the attacks. There's absolutely no chance. These cards, by the way, after you go through all of them, you shuffle your deck for one turn. The enemies too have decks, even if they are creatures, that they need to shuffle, which is funny when you see a lizard. Exactly, a saber-tooth thing. I don't know about this. Let's see if it does damage or not. The fire damage is probably mitigated, but there might be a normal. It just has an attribute effect of minus 30%, but it doesn't absorb it. Okay. I know there are assholes that definitely eat fire, or any element in particular. Could be mixing. I could be making it up, by the way. I haven't encountered them yet. But it's probably the case. The enemies in this area are challenging enough to me. Same. It's privy to the secrets of combat. You know what? I'm gonna read this and pause the recording for a bit. And I'll explain it to you guys what is interesting and relevant as we encounter it. I'm standing under this waterfall as part of my training, plus it's part of my Flap Smasher diet plan. Another person with a bracelet, so we should make note of that right now for a very big quest that's coming up soon. Training every day is the best way to build up your body. You should give it a try. I should be doing that again. Where the fuck is he? I don't even think I could see him on the GameCube like that. We don't need it right now. It might just go bad by the time we get anywhere. I do very badly want that shiny down there. Looks like I need to go to the other side after all. So as interesting and compelling as this route is, we're missing out on some treasures by not crossing the river over there. So I just turned on the no encounters option, which has been extremely awesome, because these are some low-level asshole enemies that are placed on very narrow ledges specifically so you cannot avoid them. But now I can just collect these without having to go through all these battles and just hit escape. I will not be using that in this deck because I don't think for now I need to fight any water-based enemies. Most of these are fire-based enemies, so a fire shield is not gonna help. Oh. Actually, that is where I needed to go anyway. So back up we go. Some peak platforming skills. So I actually thought the first time I got there I couldn't get that particular item because I had to go here first and blow up the rocks, but no. It still can be, it's very small. Some of the, look how far zoomed out it is. Anyway. Did I go down there? I don't think I did. But what is down here? Nothing, apparently. So as you can see, I can walk right through. They will still chase me, but can't touch this, basically. I love it. I love it. This is so much better. This is actually really good. At first I was like, well, what's the point? Because there's no random encounters, so you can avoid enemies. You see them all on the map. But no, they're definitely placed in a way that makes them inevitable a lot of the times. And it's a huge time saver for areas that you've just out-leveled. But this guy, these fuckers are apparently, aside from pretty fast, kind of strong. And of course the small knife is not doing anything. 26 damage doesn't seem to be amazing. So, I was right, this game, you kind of need to either just combine cards that work together, or you need to see if you can get the cards in an order that matters. So 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2. Just like a straight ascent or descent. Nothing spectacular. I think that Origins greatly expanded on combos though. So this is something to keep in mind, that it's better to just keep at this level range especially to have cards that are around the similar numbers, like in the maybe running from 1 to 4, but I don't have the luxury of picking and choosing cards yet. We only just got an expansion of the deck size. What is that recipe? What does that entail? How do I check that actually? Okay, so just now when fighting some stupid lizard, I found out my bamboo fruit. Oh, is that what it was? Bamboo shoot turned into this. So no longer is it a healing item. It's now a pretty good attack item. Unfortunately, it doesn't have defensive power, so its use is limited. And furthermore, I don't have much else to heal myself with other than these bananas. And I don't know if they're gonna spoil or something. I believe some of the best items later on are like honey with cheese. Or something like that. Or nuts. I think that kind of lasts at least. Walnuts with honey. Or something like that. Was it cheese with honey that turns into walnuts? There was a combo actually. And I remember using that combo a lot. Two items that basically become... Oh my goodness. That is rude to be yawning at the start of our encounter like that. It is pretty cool I can use 3 cards in a row now, at least just 2 was very limited and boring. You don't need to block every attack individually because damage is calculated afterwards. So as long as I just block stuff in total, it's fine. Sometimes I'm just not fast enough for the first one. Although in this case, I was. Let's try 6 and 8 here. Let's see the power of my healing item. Now that it's become a spare. Right? Wait, I can't use the bananas in a defensive turn? Interesting. I thought I could. And let's heal myself up. I don't think I can really get much money from a selfie. Now you shovel that mini deck of yours. Small dig deck. I wonder if I should just leave it at this. I used 6 and 7, 2 straight. Yeah, okay, so... But that's what's just 3 damage. I should have used an extra card instead. That wasn't worth it. Could have used the ice sword. In general, I find the combos a little bit annoying compared to... But then again, later on you get more numbers per card. And it becomes much easier. Nice. I like the idea of these flame heads flying around the riverbank just to have a drink. Constantly seeking the enemy. Normal portraits such as these are considered of little value. Well, I want it anyway. Well, this one looks nice too. With its 28 attack power. I think I'll take this one.
It's cool.
Should I fight one more?
Cool!
Okay, it really is just one more. What is it even? What a failure of evolution. Supposedly you can take better pictures by using a light attack and a dark attack and then I'll take a photo, but given that our magician has been abducted, that's not gonna happen for now. Callus cannot use any kind of magical spell. In fact, I believe every character has its own attack cards, its own type of attack cards, so... Combos as well. So while defensive items may be interchangeable, the weapons, spells, that sort of thing isn't. Although I'm not so sure because I think Mizuti and Zelha, Mizuti being the masked monkey thing, are actually able to use each other's spell cards. So I don't fucking know for sure. A flame-filled creature that roams through the valley. A fairly common sight. I'm guessing it is. Common as muck. Wait a second. Okay, this is a good time to backtrack because I want to see what was in the other exit. Okay, it was nothing. So we made it to fur cut. Yes. Oh, this looks very pretty. Like I said about Majora's Mask, HD upgrades really shine. I am looking at that. Give me some. I am looking at that. I'm just commenting on it. HD textures really shine when it comes to things like carvings, wall paintings, like wall art. There's so much more detail here now to take in that was part of the original art, most likely. And now it's been uncompressed. It's here in a much larger format. Very, very fucking lovely. Very uncompressed and juicy. Big PNG energy. Take it in. This is a game that definitely benefits from the visuals. Like, I just realized that because these environments are all very detailed, small but very detailed, and this game has such a unique style to it. The art style, in general, it's not quite anime. It's kind of a weird mix of styles that's interesting. Clothing style, cultural influences also are really hard to nail. It's a very, very unique world. So I can't. I mean, it'd be hard pressed to find a title that was more deserving of a remake and an upgrade of the textures. Even if the characters are not the highest poly, because so much of this game feels like a painting, just the texture upgrade is just a massive improvement. I'm gonna stop fanboying about it. I'm just so into this. It helps me zone out, even as I'm excitedly, if not somewhat tiredly and tiresomely talking over it. And honestly, zoning out is all I can want from a video game. It happens far too little, as a lot of my viewers will be able to attest. I get very impatient and very aware of everything, but just sitting here like this, I'm happy to ramble away and just take it all in. Get on with it, you get on with it. We're going to take out Geppetto. Why me? You're still acting a little strange. Oh, sorry. I'm not gonna do the voice acting. I'm not gonna do dub over. I'm not gonna kung fu movie this. Or this is like Polish dubs where, especially during the communist era, they just talked over the original audio. They didn't even dub it completely. They talked over it. Yes. I got you, bro. I got your back. Because I played through this game before. And it was 18 years ago. You had better trust me. In other words, always suck my dick and tell me what I want to hear. That's the spirit. I am the spirit for sure. A cheeky little pun. Oh no. I cannot encounter these rotten kids now. Cannot attack them with my long sword. The flame sword. So let's turn it off again. Ah, it's so nice you can just turn it off on the fly. What does increasing the game speed do? Is that just gonna make my Emily freak out? Oh my fucking god. Oh, we can Pokemon Stadium this game. That is awesome. That is very Super Nintendo emulator. I would never expect this from... Like, I don't think Dolphin could emulate this properly at this speed without melting something. Maybe Dolphin could. Dolphin is a godsend. It's not a code. It is like God's word in the form of an emulator. But I don't know. It's still impressive that it can speed up the game. Maybe because it skips some frames or something. I don't know. No, the old lady is walking. Well, she's doing a lot of walking today. It's the third time I've seen her pass by or something. Let's speed up the stupid kids. I want to see how fast they can go. Oh. Okay. Yes! Run till you drop. That's shitty kids. Well, that's enough of that. Let's find Geppetto. Start talking to people. What is that? Chicken child. Is that a chicken or a kid? This giving me Oko. Wee, this is so fun. It's like I'm flying over the clouds. Swoosh. Who dresses up their boy like that? No. Sure. Let's listen to the story about the 5 whales. Oh, even though I feel like someone like Kala should know it, seems like common lore. Like it's gonna tell me about. Oh, do you want to hear about the continents? Or is it gonna be like more like Kala rather than Kala? It's gonna be Americalas. And I have no fucking clue about basic topography. Okay, I'll tell you what I know. The 5 islands floating in the sky are called whales. And they spend a lot of money on skins in Fortnite. Each whale has its own nation. The 5 nations are our very own Saddle Suit Frontier, Diadem, Land of the Clouds, something Hawaiian sounding, the Rainbow Nation, Mira, City of Illusion, and of course Alfred Empire, but some say there's another island, another nation. Yeah, probably. There are at least 2 more maps in addition, I believe. Oh, right. Yes. Legends tell of a land of witches at the far end of the world. I don't know if I buy that though. I almost forgotten about that part. I mean, you guys know, it's not a spoiler to say, yes, this exists, right? I'm not gonna talk about what it looks like. Have you found any star map fragments? Did I say mop? I got the one from delivering milk. I brought you puppies, yes. The maniac wants to add some puppy to the star map. You know what? As long as it rewards me. It doesn't even look like a puppy. Is a puppy like a larva or something, like a papilla? Papilla, papillon, no? What's a puppis? Thanks to whoever, yes, what do I get from it? Ooh. That is actually pretty nice. We don't have a lot of water-based defense stuff. Well, actually we do. And I think we're going to need it, because if I remember right, then if we're... Yeah, probably need it soon. I actually cannot use it. It's for the woman. Can we level up yet? See if you level up. No. I'm close. I'm close to it. You know what? I'm gonna get that extra experience in for a bit and come back here to level up.
So I thought, oh, now we got yogurt. Ah, that's so much for milk. But I thought one more totally normal floating head, and I should be level 4 now. Just one battle. Look at that. Now this will not increase our Magnus in the hand, or combo maximum, or the deck. So basically everything you just see on the right side, where it mentions class. We're still unclassy. Return to adventure and let's save. But HP is also nice because you do eat a lot of damage, and it may take a bit sometimes to get the healing items. So far, at least, that's been my experience. So now I'm very curious. First thing about the airship over here, which looks pretty damn organic. I guess if the islands are whales, it makes sense that the ships are fish. Why not? What if SpongeBob could fly? Don't think of flying to Diadem with your own wings. We all have wings, but it's impossible for us to fly from island to island. We don't all have wings. It's this exclusionary language. I personally do not have wings. I don't like to have wings, even as a demon. I often don't think of myself as having wings. It might be cool, like a demon hunter kind of wings, but I just fucking float around like the Skull Kid. You know, I don't have wings necessarily. So I just find it a bit hurtful. It may be because our hearts have grown weaker and our wings have followed. Or it may just be that you're trying to fucking cross to another continent. And I thought I was the American here. Anyway, if you want to go to Diadem, Land of the Clouds, take the liner. These fish must have some really powerful hearts and minds and wishes and ambitions. So that you can just be a fucking fright wagon here and keep on trucking. This is the express liner to Diadem, our nearest neighbor and land of nights and clouds. Diadem is ruled by a land of clouds in the clouds. That sounds like they lack the theme. King Laocoon. Late Can. I'm gonna assume it's Laocoon. Renowned for his wisdom and virtue, and I think super ugly. Right, we cannot use it yet. The liner's undergoing maintenance. I figured. I just wanted to know what was the bullshit reason. Breathe in, breathe out. Blue sky, white clouds, the sun is shining and the air is pure. What a great feeling. Starting to feel dizzy. Kid running around. Yeah, some stylistic choices, some fashion choices are a bit past odd and interesting. Just straight up makes you want to kick some people. But overall, I like the poofy, colorful outfits. Aggression inducing. Fashion that induces aggression. So this is a house I want to... Fuck this house. Why would I want to visit this house? It's one of those houses anyway. This house then? Yes, here we go. I think this is the guy. The bracelet people. Cuss. The athletic physique, the stormy good looks. You look exactly how I used to look when... No, that's not you, that was your gay porn. When I was younger. I can't believe we're not related. Say, what would you say to doing this old man a small favor? No. I will not be bottoming. What's in it for me? We're not gonna waste our time helping this guy out, right, Zeklai? We are going to help this fucker out. Didn't you hurt me before? I said I want to relive the full experience of this game. Let's absolutely help this fucker. Because we keep running into his family members. And I don't want to feel like I'm wasting my time talking to them. Alright, alright. Maybe I'll help you. Go ahead and tell me what you want. So you do it for me? Thank you, young one. I've been sensing that my number is almost up. Ugh. If I'm going to die, I want to die surrounded by my children and grandchildren. What is... Well, I know it. To cut to the chase, I want you to find members of my family for me and make my dying wish come true. Of course, I'm willing to reward you for your help. This is a quest that could have been a phone call. Or maybe a WhatsApp group message. Old man is dying. Please come home. So we can pass on. Dissipate into lights and farts. Oh, I know what. Once a certain number of family members have returned to my house, I'll reward your efforts with some Magnus. Some are quite rare, and they better all be rare. Oh, so sick. Oh, dying. Oh. Just always with these old characters dying and it's only having unfinished business. Couldn't you have wrapped it up before? I was postponing everything to the last moment and then I have to run their errands. It was the same with the old dinosaur in Lost Eden, also just had to talk to me and then minutes after that died, or like after the conversation died. How can you be such a damn procrastinator that you really had to put it off till your fucking dying breath? Oh, I got a little too excited there. My blood pressure shot up. Oh. Basically, he's gonna get so excited that we'll end up killing him. It's gonna be a self-fulfilling prophecy. He's gonna be surrounded by his family. He's gonna be very happy. He's gonna be overjoyed. Joy will kill him, and I'm all for that because we're gonna get this Magnus. And I think Colossia would agree. That's why we're spiritually aligned. Why we're bonded. Because we're both practical jerks. I'm sorry if he asked you to do him a strange favor. My husband has always been like that. I know it might be extra trouble for you, but this might be his final wish. Please have heart and help him out. But you're asking me too! You're asking me too, sis. Don't you have some walk of shame to guide somewhere? Just looking at those sisters, let me look it up. So, yeah, Septa Unella was that. Stone-faced cunt. I was thinking of... Oh, it's been so long. I need to somewhat dust up my games of shit lore, but it feels like an early access story at this point that will never be finished. Like a fucking scam, basically. A hammer and some nails are among the household tools that have been left scattered about. You know, he's also dying, so who cares if he's not tidy? This feels like I'm in a Swedish hotel. Looks like wood, smells like wood, definitely wood. Like literally any Swedish home or hotel, like anything outdoor in Swedish especially. Handmade barrels, though you can't see what's inside, it looks like something is being aged. A chise was stuck in a stump, a few tools are scattered about. Okay. They seem to use this area as a kitchen. Poor quality handmade containers line the tabletop. Someone sent them some good quality containers with that massive family they got. They really need that they really need that group chat. Is this not water? Just an ordinary dresser. Is there anything in here? Ugly decorations, poorly done paintings. Look like there's nothing but junk in these drawers. Yes, well, I seem to remember there was a card somewhere. I've played through the beginning of this game a couple of times, for sure. Like I always do. But I've never finished it more than once, so that will be interesting. How about you? Where you're standing this thing? One of his deep breaths. Wasn't done talking yet? Are you done? He's still going. I'm... Oh, dear God. Here, take this. It's my family tree. There you go. Wait a minute. Let me put my name on the family tree for you. Guzman? Is he related to Guzma? What is it again? The team rapper from Pokemon Sun and Moon. He was kind of... He had potential because he was a bully. He had bad art potential. I don't know if it's been fully realized by anyone yet. An old man nearing the end of his days. Holy shit. That family tree looks like my Sims 4 family tree, the plum tree, which is going to close down in a few weeks, so any adjustments that I still need to make to it, I better do now and then save it. Because I will not have the chance again. Anyone wears a bracelet. Okay, everyone wears a bracelet. Anyone wearing a bracelet is likely to be one of my family members. I love that video game aspect of this quest. Tamia? How did they come like these? Where did these names come from? Thank you for offering to help my husband. I think she's very young, by the way. Just watch me sign it. I'm sure you understand how to use it from then on. Oh, this is just gonna take up a slot? That's right, I'm Tamia. And she's gonna offer me a little scratch. Oh, there we go. 5th and current. I thought a 3rd. That's more wives than Moses Hackman has had. Looks much younger than her actual age. Okay, so what about that? Where are the other wives? Here? Doesn't sign his family tree yet. Is anyone... Is no one dead? He's the first one to croak. There would be far less NPCs in this world without this man's... You know, maybe he was quite handsome. He had 5 wives after all. Whenever you open a family tree, you can see how many people have signed. If you have a hard time finding someone, don't worry. Their parents or siblings may have helpful information. Please find our family members. I hope you won't take too long. ... They're gonna be the banana bursts of this game. When you got them all, get the true ending, where the old man flies around and drops an egg on the evil emperor. That is a very inappropriate position. The entrance to the Lord's mansion. You look like you're not from around here. If you go to see the Lord, remember to behave yourself. Should I? Hey, don't talk to me, mister. I'm playing cloudy hide and seek. You gotta get me caught. It's gonna be bad for your lungs, standing in that. Like how fog is bad for your lungs. Sweet, sweet. I thought the guy said that. But it's now me, my talking with the other ones. Clouds are everywhere in this town. You can't see a thing. I can see a lot better than on
How
the
do they
GameCube,
stay
at least.
dry?
Squeak, squeak. What did you have to say, bro? Wait, do you have a bracelet? It doesn't look like my cloud go will heal fully enough to
Or
be able
these
to
fart
fly again.
clouds.
There's also a rumor that the Empire's trying to invade our nation. My cloud god, the Empire. Total non sequitur. I've got to do something, but I don't know what. Remember, this is how you think when you're depressed. You pile up all your issues and think that it's somewhat related. And good reason to keep feeling bad and not do anything. So something that is out of your control becomes an excuse not to do the things that are under your control. Like me not getting viewers is an excuse not to work out. It really works like that. If you catch yourself thinking like that, get a damn grip. And that was my free health advice for this stream. Dirty old Kuzman. Oh, she's judging. She remembers him and his adventures. Why don't you just stand in the clouds? Alright, let's walk ahead and see that big old door. That everyone's been... Well, that one guy has been mentioned, but you know, Lord's mentioned. Ooh. Hmm.
すんなり中に入れてくれるとは思ってなかったけどな。さて、どうするか。ここで騒ぎを起こすのもまずいし。お待ち！へへん、神出鬼没の大泥んこ。それがこの俺、パロロ3世さ。
I've been playing a lot of games lately with irritating breaths in them that are crucial to the advancements of the plot. I just played through the Bomber's quest in Majora's Mask like twice in a row. Oh, he turned into a fart.
なんだ？まったく、どういう教育してるのかしら。ちょっと、あんたも見たでしょ？あちこちの家に潜り込んで悪さしてるのよ、あの子。こないだなんてそこの領主の館にまで忍び込んだって言うじゃない。ほんと、いたずら好きにも程があるわ。
Yeah, that's terrible. That's very bad. You wouldn't do that. Asking for a friend.
知らないわよ。大方どこかに抜け道でもあるんじゃない？よく帝国の兵隊に見つからなかったもんだわ。
So we need to get in there because apparently Giacomo is visiting with his little ship parked at the mansion. Where is he? Where's Palolo? How dare he sneak into the Lord's mansion? Guests from the Empire are staying there right now. Fuck that! Fuck the Empire? What are they to you? Not your own fucking... This is like... people complaining that... some... that the Irish Prime Minister... or his boyfriend or something was kind of mocking the royal ceremony, the burial of Queen Elizabeth II. Fuck that, fuck empires. They're not even your own country. If empires
There's the Zek
are
I
not
know.
Your empire that you're part of and like at the heart.
Oh, I knew it wouldn't last long. It was 52 minutes, guys. Before there was a hot take. Yes, thank you, Zach. I enjoy that. I really enjoy that side. I just think my viewers don't. I think I've offended pretty much every nationality by now. The slander.
Ah, but it flows through me. Ah, what was again? How did the trailer end again? Yes, let it fill a void inside me, or what? Oh, fuck! I need to listen to it. The thing alone will fill a great hole inside. Yeah, that. What? I need to listen to it. Hold on. Geese a sec.
You know. Trust the young one more who hold the spirit within them.
Just one more. Oh no, that was perhaps one more. Perhaps one more. My cat doesn't like me doing that voice. I'm not gonna eat you, Coupon. Don't look at me like that. Is that just one more? I don't know. That sent me on the wrong meme track.
Let us trust the young one more who hold the spirit within them.
The struggle alone will fill a great emptiness within you. And
There it is.
ease your pain.
The slander alone will fill a great emptiness within me and ease my pain of being ignored by 150 followers. Let me see, what else do we have? And then it is like, be who you always wanted to be. The toxic asshole. Yes, please, more of that. But let's return to Zack. Let's see if Prereq Zack can get his shit together again, like collect himself and enable the filters, because this is pretty untucked. Part of, and they're oppressors potentially. So why would you fucking care? Or historically, typically they were. Just saying, I fuck empires. In every fucking word, and like, even the good ones. There are no good ones, is what I'm saying. All empires are bad empires. If there's one thing you fucking learn from JRPGs, except for I think in Tales of the Abyss, because there you have Emperor Peony and he's hot. So if you got a hot emperor and not some fucking freak, some moronic freak of nature, like Palpatine, and usually, or Prince Charles or King Charles, whatever, then it's fine. That's fine, but that rarely happens in the real world, guys. The real world does not have any thought emperors. Good idea. I thank God he's not difficult with what he accepts as advice. Why are you asking me? I'm not his mother, you know. I'm just a fucking local Karen. To tell you the truth, I don't actually know much about him. I do know one house he hasn't broken into yet. If you keep an eye on it, you might be able to catch him doing something mischievous in there. And where is this house exactly? It's on the right-hand side of the entrance to the city, across from the tavern. Oh, that kid! I'd watch the house myself if I didn't cook dinner. What's that kid to you? Just a hate boner for some random kid and a love boner for a fucking empire woman that doesn't have a fucking produce. It's just a fucking Karen. Baten Karen. That's it. Baten Karen. So where's its house? Right across from the tavern. Yeah, I got it. That's a good shot. Oh, it was saving as well. Wasn't there someone with a bracelet here? The kid with the... But that was a bracelet thing too. Go home now. Sign this and go the fuck home. I don't want to see your fat bird ass again. No way! I want to play some more! I'll go home if you play Rush the Long Time. They're gonna be difficult? You're telling me you don't know? She's the girl sitting on a rail. What do you say, Goliath? Take her there right away. I'll be waiting back home then. You promised, remember? I can hardly wait. Oh, he's gonna go? Good. So I wasn't really willing to do more than just talk to these... Shy around others? Do I bring out the worst in people? Is that's a fact that I have on the stream as well? People get cheeky with me? And I want to bet that they are not that cheeky with other people. They wouldn't dare. They think like, oh, because I'm cheeky, they can get away with it or something. I'm a welcoming environment for cheekiness. Despite all the threats of violence that I just shamelessly throw around, the unhappy looking man beside me is my daddy. Forget about daddy. They say you can find bluebirds of happiness somewhere on this island. I really love to have one. Can you just go home? Okay, so we do have sub-quests for the side quests. What should I do? I can almost hear him saying it. Even though I'm your foster father, it doesn't make me any less of a parent. What to do, what to do. Can you just sign a tree? He's sick, right? This isn't news to me. I see him every day. If you could catch one for her, we'll return home. Hey, anything for the kids, right? So you're not gonna sign it yet, at least. What's the bluebird thing then? So it's true that people of the Empire no longer use their own wings, relying on devices like that. Yes, we are definitely Magitech-based Empire, apparently. So originally he was from the Empire, or... But he lived in Mira, actually, so I'm not sure if he's from the Empire. Half from the Empire, because he still has one wing. Making things with your own hands, cooking, walking, and running with your own legs. That's what life's all about, if you ask me. Making things with your own hand, but then judging the people that use those things? What are you gonna do with making things with your own hand? Do you know what those are called? Artificial items. Just like the wings. Cooking with your own hands, good luck. If you hold food in your hands, it's not gonna warm up. Nobody asked you. Shite. That has gotta be one of the fucking dumbest NPCs. Dumbest thing an NPC could say. Other than your journey ends here, traveler. And then getting absolutely destroyed right after it because they completely underestimated your capacity to destroy them. Right, one little visit to the store. Birds of Paradise though. Ah yes, the fact that they don't blink stands out a bit more in this version, unfortunately. But look at the backdrop though. What's on your mind? Is that for the Dota song? No, it's just what dwarves saying. Well, even though they were indeed dwarves from Warcraft or whatever, or what is it? I guess the dwarves from Warcraft were used in Dota because Dota was originally a Warcraft-based mod or something. So when Bass Hunter, Bass Hunty was singing about we're playing a little Dota in Swedish, and dwarfs' voices were coming up. That was actually from Dota, but they're the same as in WoW. And it was weird for me as a WoW player, because I never fucking played Dota. And I think one of the things that he says, either they say it in the game or they say it in that song, I don't know, but it's the same voice. It's like, what's on your mind? Which is not how Scottish sounds, by the way. Sell some photographs. I've been... Oh, yes. Can we, mass sell? Type items. I don't think we can mass sell. Oh, we got all the cards from Zelda. Did she drop them? Wasn't this in her deck? No, this one wasn't. This one? Where did we get these? Did I throw them out of her deck? Before, I guess she still has the cards on her then. It would seem weird if I was knocked out and she was kidnapped, but somehow the deck's that she still slipped a couple of cards in my pocket, or Pinocchio did that, or sorry, Geppetto, whatever. Do we need anything? Ooh, wind. I'll take that. Is this an ice coat? What is this? Chunk of ice? That's gonna melt. That's not worth the money. Let's buy this. Oh, let's buy this too. It's gotta be good. And besides that, it doesn't have an element, so it's not gonna be wasted money. Though at this point, I don't see a lot of stuff that seems to... I already rested my wings, by the way. No worries about that. I already perched like a little blue-haired pigeon. Save, because I'm paranoid. Let's save more midnight channel white noise. Just a little while ago, I saw a huge ship flying toward the Lord's mansion. Entire exterior is glittering in gold. Pretentious bad taste. No, go ahead. Go ahead. There's no need to hold back. It's not your empire. It's not your emperor. No matter what their pretenses are. You talk shit or you like. Will you look at this flower? Oh god, another crazy flower lady in this game. We had plenty of those in Breath of the Wild. Don't get me wrong, I don't intend on taking care of it either. This isn't my flower bed, you know? I'm pretty sure that if someone would water the flowers, they would spring back to life, but so what, right? Oh. Do you want some yogurt? Flowers? Fine. Fine, I got the message. I think this is not even the only place where you can get water, but remember when I said don't need it? I didn't need it back then because it would have turned into stagnant water, and I stand by that. During all this time I've been yapping and tabbed out to read up about Septa Unella and the High Sparrow, and how Cersei did not even shave her pubes for the Walk of Shame. Thank God we're giant. As we should be. As this blue hair stud should be, as a representation of me. So there are the flowers. Let's see if it works. She is actually tending them though. She's just trying to be tough. Pretending she's not taking care of the flowers. Can we use that? I'm looking at a neglected flower bed. Well, what a coincidence. The flowers are alive! The dew drops on the leaves shine in the sunlight. We can trap the magna essence of the nameless flower. What are we gonna do with that? There's so many things in this game. I have to look up what to do with it. I hope they stay alive so I don't need to water them again every time. That would be tedious as fuck. She's... What is she doing? She's not taking care of the flower, but if she's not tending it, is she just digging for rainworms? Mourning for what, sweetie? Hello? You must be a traveler. Welcome to Furkat, the ancient capital. This is the most prosperous town in Selsuit, which is the name again of this whale, of this continent in the sky. You'll find a nice variety of stops here, from a Magnus shop to a pub. Guess from the Empire. I already figured that out. So, let's see if we can get the shitty kid to cooperate. Oh, those are just the laws laid down by the gods. And I don't really have any say in that. As in, like, lesser gods than me. You know, I kind of outsource that shit. So, if it says no moaning, mostly it means annoying moaning. I think if you were to be tried before Celestial Court, they would forgive you if the moaning was more sexual. As long as it's not about the F word. Or, you know, the F word is in, like, feet. You cannot say that here, please. Something like that. But just moaning as in making sounds, it's more or less acceptable. Go ahead. Cozy? Like that. We crawled back to hell through that portal of fire.
兄ちゃん、この家に何の用だい？ここは神出鬼没の大泥んこ、パロロ三世様の縄張りだね。
Does he actually live there? Nope.
ちょうどよかった。お前を探してたんだよ。
That is a very that is a scheming smile.
俺を？
Conniving.
なんだ兄ちゃん、もしかして俺の子分になりたいのか？
悪いけど違う。
Goofy pants everywhere though.
実は訳あって漁師の館にこっそり潜り込みたいんだ。お前あそこに忍び込んだんだろ？
I wonder if I recognize his
どうやって
voice.
入ったのか教えてくれないか？
Let me look it up. Was the Seiyu for Galas? Apparently, Jesus. Apparently he voiced Xenos in Final Fantasy XIV, my favorite character. He voiced Junpei in Persona 3, although at least in the reload, which is, I'm not sure if it's out yet. I do know it has a rainbow badge that is currently melting people's brains. He also voiced Xenos Yayit Galvas in Shadowbreakers. What a surprise! Almost as if he's been Xenos all along. You know what? That suits him, because it's also an evil... Tales of Vesperia... Yuri Lowell. There's no fucking way. That's why I said I recognize that voice. It's not just like, oh, it's a Japanese protagonist voice. It's gotta be Curtis and this Gaia. Don't know if I did play Tales of Vesperia in really? Yuri Lowell? I did play it in both languages. I think the funny thing about Yuri Lowell from Tales of Vesperia is that the English voice actor is also called Yuri. Like, an English person called Yuri. And a guy. Unless I'm mistaken, let me see. Maybe I'm just fucking insane. Here it says it's voiced by Grant George, so what the fuck do I know? Maybe this I'm starting to lose my mind.
It was another character.
I was not far off. You got Yuri Lowell, protagonist of Tales of Vesperia, and Yuri Lowenthal, the voice actor for Luke von Faber from Tales of the Abyss. So that's why I know him. And that is still kind of coincidental because Tales of the Abyss and Tales of Vesperia kind of like up there as the best Tales games, and they don't think they were released far apart from each other. So for me, it was always interesting that the voice actor was called fucking Yuri Lowenthal with Vesperia, which didn't come up much later, having a main character called Yuri Lowell. And he also voiced...
There's no such thing as coincidence.
Let's see. Yosuke? Oh my god. That was cool, Yosuke! Interesting. And Marth from Fire Emblem, and which version? Heroes in Fire Emblem Heroes. I see. I like usually we got Midorikawa Hikaru for Smash, but I don't know if that is something that Smash still does. I always appreciated the Japanese voices for Marth. I don't think Ike had a Japanese voice though, but Marth just never was like, I'm gonna localize now, I'm gonna adjust my language. No, fuck that. So yeah, anyway, I started shooting. Yeah.
教えてやらないこともないけど、なんであんなとこに潜り込みたいんだ?
To cause some trouble, because I'm a little troublemaker, just like you.
なんでって、それはもちろん。
Oh. To get vengeance for my grandfather and brother. I'm just gonna go with that. I don't think he's ready to admit that he likes her, as far as he even does.
へえ、仇か。仇ってなんだ?
Do you want me to show you?
ま、悪いやつを追っかけてるってとこだな。
オッケー、いいや、教えてやるよ。
Get off the
Okay,
fucking
good.
table.
俺弱いんだ。でも、ただじゃあ嫌だぜ。
You have to catch us all by morning light. If I swear to God, I'm gonna quit playing right now anyway.
お前の遊びに付き合ってる暇はない。
It really is Yuri's voice. And he has the same cadence to his speech as well. The same casual nonchalance. Actually, those two characters do have a similar attitude. But Yuri is nicer. Overall, he just puts up that act, but he's actually nice. This guy is actually like... It suits him because he's a bit of a jerk to begin with.
おっと、そういうわけにはいかないね。
This is actually fucking awesome for me. I love that.
実はお宝と交換なんだ。それが掟だからな。
But Xenos, oh my god, I wish I had known that because I fucking hated that character so much. And I tried to skip every cutscene he was in, even though I was playing in Japanese later on. But I didn't know it was the same voice, I didn't pay attention to that. Oh my god, I should really... You know what? I will get back to Final Fantasy XIV. I'll give Xenos some love, some much deserved love. He's back in Endwalker. Still need to go through that.
Such a terrible character, though.
えてやらないよ。
I like you, kid. You got a hands-on mindset. You got a hands-on approach to things. You like loot. I like loot. You know the world works. You're a wise kid. You got street smarts.
お宝
I mean, that's the same.
そう。
I actually learned the word loot from this game.
今
Before this game, I don't think I knew the word loot. A rainbow spider's web.
それを持ってきたら教えてやるよ。
Can they be found in the same location as the stupid bird of paradise?
雲の糸だって？
すっごいお宝なんだぜ。4つも持ってるのは多分俺くらいだな。すげえだろ。
ああ、そうかいそうかい。わかったよ。持って
Here's hoping they fell off the fucking
ったく
continent.
面倒なことになったぜ。
バカになったぜ。
で、その雲の糸ってのはどこで
Fell off the cloud.
お、やる気になったね兄ちゃん。そうだな。草むらとか河原とかそういうところにすごく時たま落ちてるな。
I just so happen to know whether it's a riverbank, maybe. 'Cause, I mean, we've only passed the two areas.
町の外にある川に行ってみなよ。運が良ければ見つかるかもね。
And now I just remembered where the bird might be as well.
仕方ねえな。
I'll show you where,
you know,
there's
there are
only
two
two areas
Palolos went.
where I can freely walk around outside of the city, so I vaguely recall that one being in the forest in the second part after the first boss. Yeah, I know where the birds, but spider caught web. Wait a second. I'll show you. If you can see it.
Through the eye of Glutko lies the shrine of Koridai.
I'm simply famished. No! It tastes like a gyra. Perhaps just one more?
I was explaining that was an explanation there. I don't know how much of that was muted. The explanation was there was one Palolo and then he wanted one more Palolo. And that's number 1 and 2. Now we're down to 3. And I think he doesn't want one more just yet. I wish it had been in the era where it just took pictures of everything and it was normal. But if I took pictures back then, I was ahead of my time as always. But I don't think I took pictures of things like that yet. I don't think I had that sort of mental preparation for like one day this will all be gone, you know? And it wasn't like we took pictures of everything all the time. It would be weird to go in people's house and take photos of that sort of thing, I guess. Dusty water. Whereas nowadays, that's exactly what you do. You're not just going to people's houses to visit, you actually break into people's houses. That is absolutely how things work nowadays. I know. I would know. I'm very in tune with the times. Jug. I like how this game gives character to people that are not even here. Diadem Digest cover story. Restaurants with great views. Travel magazine. A Magnus between the pages. Yeah, I'll take that. A medium shish kebab. That would be like, well, we only have small and large, but let's say that would be like 10 euros around this place. Vegetable bits and breadcrumbs are scattered about. Cooking something. Vegetable bits, okay, and cooking something. Yeah, okay. Nice. We judged. We saw. And now we're going to save, because next time we're going to look for that cobweb, we're going to look for the birds, and we're going to confront Geppetto. I'm gonna keep calling him that for now, but I'll probably think of more amusing remarks to add to this stream to give it more personality. Oh, I cannot override the autosave. That's fine. I'll make a new save file. And on that note, let's talk with one more squishy. Hello? Wink. That's nice. That's my Uponese goodbye. Right? Alright, is that part? Good, that's sorta... There's no sequel yet. I have no idea how it will continue. I guess we're gonna break into Dimension next time, but maybe next week? Perhaps next time? Very sorry for that. If there was no introduction, like, for that ogre thing that came out of nowhere, I didn't realize I was muted. Next up, Monkarina of Wine. It was the one where I lost my mind in the water temple, and now I glued part 1 and part 2 together. I don't think there were a lot of people around. Maybe one at a time. Very sorry. Someone has seen it. It's not a fresh premiere, but I wanted to get it out of the way before next week I move on with other stuff. Like maybe a next chapter, or Majora's Mask, or Terranigma, or more Baten Kaitos. Kind of depends. We'll see. Let's see. Are the ads fucking done? I noticed these shorter ads. I personally got them because I watched my own channel for a bit on an alt account. And I just got a Tears of the Kingdom ad. It wasn't even 90 seconds long, even though it's set to play like 90 seconds ads twice an hour. It seems to be much less... overall, it was less brutal by far than the 3-minute ads once an hour, which tends to hit people with 7 ads at a time, once every 60 minutes. So this seemed to be better, more sufferable. If it's just some stupid video game ad, even if you've seen it a million times, give some Raid Shadow Legends, I think you can suffer it by now. Oh, speaking of, just be glad I'm not streaming it, because I did get the sponsorship offer for Raid Shadow Legends. How serendipitous. How did they even choose me? I feel so blessed. Wow, I'm truly the chosen one. Truly, I am the Shadow Legend. Regardless, let's move on to Mookarina. It's gonna get bad. I'm gonna get really fucking grumpy in this one. Because it was live, and this wasn't, you can see the different... There's still some toxicity shimmering through the clouds, but no, not actually, that doesn't make sense. How does toxicity shimmer through anything? But I could filter it out a little bit. It's just like low dose toxicity in this nice tranquil lake of my soul. When I just play something by myself and pre-record it with these little skips here and there, and when I have to backtrack and stuff, you won't hear me complain about it because I'm not talking and I'm not recording it. And when I'm live and you're doing the water temple and you have to go back to lower the level to 1 because you missed the key at level 2, just fucking hell. So basically that's what happened here. There's even a section where I refuse to talk. There's a section where I refuse to say a word up till, like, it's a little bit towards the end, up to the boss fight, or including the boss fight. I just was so fucking done. But that way, I believe it's more relaxing because my bitching got out of control. Also, I streamed this for Halloween, I think, because I was like, you know what, this true psychological horror, the fucking water temple, if you don't know what to do. And then there's the bottom of the well slept to the end. I'm not sure if I'll get around to that tonight because it's getting a little late. but at least I think I can do the water temple stuff. Get that just out of my playlists. The next week we'll move on to new stuff, never before seen for the most part.